there, everyone. Thanks for tuning into Stan's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be discussing Woman of Light. And unfortunately, this is a book that did go on my DNF pile. I really wanted to like the book much more than I actually did. As a Latin American woman who has a great-grandmother who was 100% Native American, I really thought I would connect to this story just because of my heritage. And, I know the struggle and hardships that my grandfather and his parents and his grandparents went through. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a great story for me because I'll be able to connect to it. Unfortunately, I was not able to connect to it. And that really sucks. And, I can't even say it had anything to do with the writing style, because I do think the writing style was on point. I do think that the characterization was a little dry, however, and maybe that's part of the reason why I wasn't able to connect to the story. Because I did find the characterization to be dry, I wasn't really able to connect to Little Light as much as I wanted to. She lacked passion, She lacked passion. And I wanted more passion from her. And maybe if I had, stuck with the story past 150 pages, I would have gotten the passion. But I just didn't see it. And I struggled. I really did struggle to stay attuned to this book and stay engaged. It just was not my cup of tea. And, I knew going into this book that it was going to be nonlinear, In every generation, a seer holds the stories. I know that's, the tagline of the book. So I knew that Little Light, Luz, I knew that her seer abilities were going to be able to tell the story from the past and bring forth a connection. However, I didn't get that at all. It was just going back and forth, and there was no connection between the past and the present. And I really wanted to see a connection early on, because to me that seemed like the whole idea behind the book. Her seer abilities to see the past were going to help her grow as a character and challenge many of the hardships she was going to face. That was what I thought the book was going to be. And again, maybe if I had stuck with it, I would have gotten it. But unfortunately, I had to put this book on the DNF pile because the story of the past as it was establishing wasn't really interesting to me at all. But Luz's journey to me is interesting. I think this is definitely a book I will go back to read. This is a book where if I have the time, I will give it a second chance. But I started it twice, and on the second, I tried for 2 days. Not only did I try it twice, but I stuck with it for a few days, and I was just like, I'm tired. I was falling asleep while I was reading it. I was getting bored while I was reading it. I just didn't have the same passion or joy to pick the book up and read it. I'd be like, okay. I would just be like, come on, Cynthia, tough it through. Just pick up the book and read it. And if you're telling yourself to pick up the book and read it and force yourself to read a book, I think at that point you have to put it down because you're not enjoying it. And my to-be-read pile is too long for me to spend time forcing myself to read a book I'm not enjoying. So, unfortunately, this book did go on my DNF pile because I did not finish it. I don't think it's fair to give it a star rating. So, there's that. I will, however, include links, as always, to where you can purchase the book if you so desire to check it out yourself. It is historical fiction. It does deal... it goes through 5 generations of this one family. And it's really heavily influenced by Latino culture. So if that's something that interests you, I would say give the book a shot. Those are things that interest me. I gave it a shot. I wasn't able to connect to it, unfortunately. In any case, thank you all again for tuning in to this podcast. Please don't forget to like, this video, sorry. Please don't forget to like the podcast, subscribe to it, and share with all your book loving friends. On that note, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.